Okay, so let's have a look at how this works in Todoist itself. Now, here's my areas of focus section in my Todoist, and if I open it up, I've got several, this YouTube video series. Now, if I click on this, what I actually do here is I like to keep my editing process, recording process, and ideas into one area. Now, this, again, I could argue that this is a project, but it's a continuing thing. I have a set routine for this, and I don't really want to put it into my routines folder, so I keep this in my areas of focus. It's something I do every week, and I've just noticed, okay, we're going to save that. And so this is why I keep my Todoist video series in here. I run a Medium blog, and again I've got write the Medium blog post, edit the Medium blog post, and then post the Medium blog post. Again, this could actually be set up as a project, I know, but I keep it as an area of focus. It's not something urgent, but it's something that I like to do on a week-to-week basis. As I mentioned in my preview of this episode, I have my exercise areas of focus. Now, I like to run marathons. I usually try to run a marathon a year, but sometimes I'm a little bit busy, or I've been injured, or something's not quite right, so I don't always do this, but this is really just because I love running. So in here I've got my review exercise goals, which I do on average every 3 months. Sometimes I want to do a weights-based exercise program for 3 months, and then other times I like to do just running. So this is an area of focus, and also if I notice that my running shoes need replacing, I can just add it into this project with a date of when I want to do it. You'll notice here I've got decide whether to enter Chun Chun Marathon this year. Now, the Chun Chun Marathon is run in mid-October. I always feel I need 6 months to prepare for a full marathon. That's 26.2 miles or 42.2 kilometers. Sorry, yeah, 26.1, no, 26.2. Anyway, 26 miles or 42 kilometers roughly. And it does take me about 6 months to prepare for that. So again, it's there. I haven't dated it yet, and I haven't decided yet either. But on a weekly review, I'll see it, so I'm not too worried about that. Now, let's move into one of my kind of quirky hobbies, if you like. I love shoes. I think I have an unhealthy attitude towards shoes, and so I actually keep an area of focus on my shoes. Now, I like to buy good quality, expensive shoes because I found that they last a very, very long time. Just looking at my church's desert boots, for example, they are now 10 years old, but I've looked after them and I've cleaned them. And here's a little clip of my shoe collection as they stand at the moment, and you pretty much get an idea from this. So here are my shoes. Here's my church's, 10-year-old churches. The sole probably needs replacing next year. There's my black Lokes and my Beauforts, my Chelsea boots, looking nice and clean, I must say. My brown Crockett & Jones, and my Islay Crockett & Jones boots. So, in order to maintain my shoe collection in their best possible condition, I have to use a cream-based cleaner and a polish, a wax-based polish. So as you can see down here, I've got add cream and polish to my Crockett & Jones brown shoes. I only have one pair of those, so that's due on the 13th of March. My Chelsea boots, I can add cream polish again, that's on the 26th of March. Now, we're in the middle of winter at the moment, so I have my Crockett & Jones Islay boots. These boots I generally wear in the wet or in the snow because they have a very good grip. They have a rubber sole, and so I use a substance called Dubbin, which is a waterproofing agent, and so the advice is to do that 2 or 3 times a season. It depends on how wet or how much snow we have, but so I like to give myself a reminder to do that, which will be on the 13th of March. My church's desert boots are a suede boot, and they just need a suede cleaning, probably every 2 months or so, sometimes every 3. My Lokes Beaufort boots, again, I tend to use these in the winter, so I cream and polish these and add Dubbin again once or twice a year, and then my Loke black shoes, which are add cream. But this is I know this looks a little bit quirky, it looks a little bit over the top, But the beauty of doing it this way is I don't actually ever have to think, when should I clean my shoes? Because they just come round. The date comes up and I can just say, right, this weekend I'm going to clean them. So this is one of the reasons why I think an area of focus is a really, really good idea to set up in your Todoist. Another thing that you might want to do if you're a member of a club, you can say, you can actually put your whatever work you're doing there, any kind of hobby can be put in there. So areas of focus it's a bit of a catch-all, if you like, for things that are not really specific projects with an ending date as such, which obviously my YouTube video series doesn't have an ending date, my Medium blog doesn't have an ending date, my exercise goals and my shoe cleaning, none of these have actually an ending date. So for me, these are areas of focus. If I go to my work project, for example, my business creativity project that I'm working on at the moment, that actually has an end date. I haven't put it in here yet, but I do. And there's another one here, which is a Cell Gene lecture that I'm going to do on Friday, the 4th of March. I put the due date up at the top, which is the 4th of March, and I've given a date here on the 28th of February, but it's got an end date. So for me, that means that it's definitely a project. So the difference between an area of focus really is things that you want to be reminded of, but at the same time, they're not really projects as such. So there you go. I hope that's really helped you to understand a little bit more about areas of focus and how setting up an areas of focus project or folder can be very useful for you. Okay, so until next time, have a great week and talk to you or see you again in the next episode.